Hello, everyone. It's been a little bit since I've done an update on the astrology and the current energy, and information on the equinox has been wanting to be posted, but it just hasn't been the right time. And now is the right time. So much is changing, first and foremost, and we're still feeling the effects, the massive effects of the full moon from October 20. So I want to begin with information that I received on the equinox itself. So this is from September 28th, a few days after. And I made some notes about what it is that came through, so I will read them now. I began to feel many vibrations within me, and I just sat being with them, and they unfolded and blossomed. They were pink and light with flowers that blossomed and expressed through me from my heart space, stretching and reaching out, and the energy was very beautiful. And I had the thought, what if we did not have clocks or cycles like the tilted axis of the planet to teach us about death? What if we didn't have these cycles or clocks to teach us about death? And I realized the equinox itself is special. That is the way things should be. That is the balance. And I received a vision in that moment. I was seeing more and more days in a calendar year flipping to turn the energy into equinox energy. So many days started flipping into the equinox. And the equinox itself is the light shining on the planet in equal measure, so that both hemispheres of the earth, the north and the south, receive the same amount of light. All is the same, all is in balance. And as polarity raises on the planet, as it's doing, all shall be light. This was a very powerful, almost directive from the universe. All shall be light. As the equinox energy becomes more and more and higher, it's as if the planet will flood with light over the darkness, through every facet infinitely and spherically. There is no side black and white, light and dark, facing the sun and not facing the sun, above the horizon and below the horizon. There is just promise. It is almost as if we never learned about death. Thinking in this energy, if we did not learn about death from the external world, because death is not an energy that lives within us, everything will still flow in cycles, but the creation and destruction will occur simultaneously, and all will be emerged. The grieving process will change. The letting go will change and lessen, because the focus has shifted from letting go to receiving what is becoming in the present moment. Balance, grace, poise, equanimity will become easier and easier maintained. The creation and destruction occurs simultaneously, and all is alchemized into love through the feminine expression. Combine the equinox energy and the summer solstice energy. We balance in the light within and without, individually and collectively, physically in the world. Equinox itself is theta, is the theta state, the theta brainwave state, and that is the precipice of balance. Equinox is theta, is the precipice of balance, is Libra, is freedom. Libra is the vibration of freedom. The membrane, same. The membrane is the same. Libra is also Venus, is joy, is beauty, is harmony, is creation, is the horizon. A removal of a veil and a moving into light, a knowing. Equinox energy enlightens the planet. Equilux, quantum light. Do we need the dark, the unconscious to exist? Being all into the light of awareness. The unconscious dark does not change sides, but reveals itself into light, and by frequency and vibration is connected, integrated into the whole. The tilt of the planet does not change. The solstices are front and back facing the sun. Equinox is like side to side, the side facing the sun. Equal light according to the poles of the planet so that they can magnetically attract in balance. The polar column and polar field in balance. This is the spine of the earth. Alignment in the center, the core, the heart, is the Earth's energy. The hemispheres are equal with the sun's light at the equator. The equinox energy will shift the poles equally. The planet does not need to physically right its tilt. This is when there is no above and below, no north and south hemisphere. Heaven and earth are merged. This is the still point. The energy of the equinox will carry the revolution. Cardinal signs now, cardinal directions are the initiators. This is the beginning. Cancer and Capricorn will find balance through Aries and Libra. The energy of the equinox will carry the revolution. The full moon on October 20th is not only connected to the April new moon of this year and what has begun then, but deeply connected and entrenched with all of the eclipses of next year, which are great change and much overhaul related to money and to power. So if you think back to what happened in your life, March and April of this year, things will have completed and lessons will be realized and learned, and you'll definitely be undergoing brand new change related to what occurred 6 months ago. This full moon on the 20th was exactly aligned with the Andromeda Galaxy. This brings brand new energy and new frequencies of the highest order into our realm of creation. The rules work differently here, and what we took for granted, the foundational basis that we have built our very existence on, will completely change irrevocably forever. The full moon was square Pluto, and so this really locks into immense power with gravitas and strength and underbelly that will carry the weight of this change as it heralds itself upon the earth and integrates within all life forms. Gifts of new awareness are brought in, new awarenesses that will lead you forward, where previously the path was not visible. This is a new and leading edge of creation, of being, of putting yourself forth. It is both forging ahead and also shedding of resistance of old skin. Mars is conjunct the sun here, and the fire that is combined and brought forward is Libra meets the fiery moon in Aries in the cauldron of the heart space for new higher alchemy. This energy is the energy that throws off the shackles of whatever binds you, whatever is binding the collective on all levels, physically, emotionally, mentally, and energetically. It is freeing. It is in Titanic, Leo freeing Kate. It's the landing of the sledgehammer on the shackles of her wrists from the lower level. The chains and fences within are dissolved, as if with water, merging soul with self, consciousness with being and body, feminine collection and embracing of warm hugs, wet clothes. Thank goodness you're all right. Amazing grace, my chains are gone. The equinox energy is working in conjunction with this full moon in Aries to bring balance and bring in more light. We become more aware of why we're here, about why we're creating what we're creating, about the fact that we are creators, that we are creation itself. The Aries energy, the divine spark that separated from source to create the universe itself, is felt in full force at this time. The divine impulse to go off on your own, to seek a new path, a new expression, unique unto itself, to seek for more. We are magnetically and strongly pulled toward our soul's expression, and there are infinite ways we can feel about this. We most desire to co-create in partnership with love, in partnership with another. We separate from source to be more of who we are, but even though we have done this, we find the dance still continues. The original desire is not for separation itself. It is for the most complete and fullest self-expression and expansion. The desire is born of love itself. There was not a look back. The full focus was forward into the unknowable, unknown space with unbridled enthusiasm. The color blue has gotten an upgrade, a more suitable replacement. We are ready for the higher harmonic, accessible in the quantum field and felt in our bones. This is divine truth, purpose, confidence in perspective, deep knowing, action on that deep knowing, ultimate integrity, unbridled soul expression. This is a quantum shift, recalibration of expression of the heart, and new artistry of the soul. This is an upgraded communication with Archangel Michael. Michael rules boundaries, and the boundaries are strengthening. Our auras are strengthening. Our energetic bodies are expanding. The vibrational layers and separation strengthening. Just after the full moon, Jupiter trined the Sun, Mars, and Mercury in air, and Jupiter and Mercury both move direct on the same day. This trine is still very, very strong now, and that, along with Jupiter squaring Uranus, caused major electrical releases that are accompanying the major releasing and karmic endings and completion that have occurred with the full moon. There is a lot of freedom and releasing of contracts, so that's relationship contracts, or if you're leaving your work for something new. So a lot of completions going on now, but there is much debris that is still floating around, that is still being released along with all of this energy dissolving. And along with this releasing, the new energy is still being integrated. So much is going on now. Don't let it throw you or distract you. There will be major electrical resets now as the upgrades are taking place in accordance with the higher frequency. So this will be electrical appliances in your home, your electric as part of your home. It could be your computers or accessories with the computers, your phones. Many things may not work, or you may need a replacement. So this is par for the course right now as we upgrade on all levels. So just allow the change out and welcome in the new, because that's what we're doing. Just release the attachment to the old and very quickly shift with the new without fighting or resisting. We are entering eclipse season now, and these adjustments and realignments will be powerful during the week of November 5th through the 12th. We do have a new moon on the 4th, so that week will be very, very powerful. I want to close with this message. Running from fear will never make you safe. Ask yourself, how is it that you've come to trust fear over trusting your greater self? Think back to when you were a child and times that you didn't feel comfortable or safe to be who you were, safe to just be. How can you make your child self feel safe now? What is it that you needed then that you still need right now? What is that? Sit with yourself now and give that to yourself now. You're not truly happier being afraid. And so you need only realize that it is within your power to choose joy now. Believe yourself. Believe yourself. We are each experiencing choice points now where we are able to choose to undergo the change that we desire. And it is up to each of us to choose to surrender to the desires of the soul. That is the focus. That is the choice here. We can either choose to move in the direction effortlessly, in alignment with the higher desires of the soul, or cling to fears and attachments from the lower self and the ego. And the moment you start to lower yourself into a state of fear and feeling afraid of mental strategies and entrapments that you envision, once you drop into worry, it's very quickly to be pushed and pulled by the outside world, and the distractions very quickly build up into so much noise that it can be difficult to come out of. So your stillness within yourself is of the utmost importance at this time. Protect your energy, be in your own energy, and be really discerning about what it is you interact with and what and who you engage with. Really pay attention to what you're absorbing. What are you absorbing? So what I'm receiving now is, in order to be a productive member of society, it's really important that you pay attention to your own alignment and to all of your ideas and creative inspiration that comes from within. And that really means setting aside time and space for yourself. You really owe it to yourself, to your own expansion, to shut everything out and choose you first. That's very important now. It's very, very important. And when you choose you first, when you're in your own alignment, you're going to naturally flow and connect with others of the same vibration. But it means really purifying your own sound, your own vibration first, so you can get really, really clear. And it's only then that you're able to move forward from that clarity. because it's difficult to move when you're still allowing in the noise. Of course, it's very confusing because there's so much noise. So if you're not clear within yourself at this time, then there are things that you need to cut out from your life because they are vibrationally jarring to your own original, authentic sound. You can still be innocent and pure-hearted, and have that unbridled, childlike enthusiasm and love and magic. You can still be childlike without feeling like you need to listen and allow yourself to be told what to do by anyone outside of you. Retain the childlike innocence without feeling like a belittled child, because you are not a belittled child. You are powerful, and you should only listen to you. You are your own authority, and there is no authority outside of you that has any power over you. And this is for you to realize in your own time. I love you. We are undergoing immense change at this time, both individually and collectively, as we head into eclipse season for November and December, and then into the beginning of next year. It's pretty transformational astrology. It's going to be incredible. If you're looking for a personal reading to see how this energy is going to be affecting you, you can book with me through my website. It's jenniferalexander.net. And I'm currently running a special. It is all readings on offer on a pay-what-you-wish basis. And this offer is through November 1st. I hope to connect with you soon. Thank you, and so much love.